Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets Today. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is where we discuss everything about the stock market's closing action, the way the day panned out in trade today. A complete wrap up is what you get so that you get an idea of what really happened in the stock markets today in terms of the sectors and the stock movement and what could happen going forward from here, too. So let's first start off with the closing action. Another fabulous start on a Monday. No more Monday blues. It was a 465 point kind of a run that the Sensex ended with. Of course, a 500-point jump is what we saw intraday. The Nifty reclaimed 17,500 on a closing basis. So that's a big positive because most of the experts have been constantly saying that till the time Nifty decisively shuts shop above 17,500, one cannot really pencil in a high move. But now you can, because most experts will now be expecting 17,700, 17,800 kind of levels to be seen too. Now, what really helped the markets rise? Well, a fall in oil prices and the strengthening automobile stocks boosted the investor sentiment. The price of crude oil stayed below $95 a barrel. The foreign investors buying into shares last whole week mainly are two key factors that kept us in the positive zone. The FIs have poured in over $1.8 billion into Indian equities so far this month, according to Refinitiv data. Now, we also know that the oil prices have hovered near multi month lows today, as data pointed to a slow recovery in China's crude imports in July. Also, India, the world's third largest importer of oil, benefits from every time there's a crude oil fall, as it brings down the imported inflation for us. Also, when you talk about the auto index, that was the index that rose by 0.6%. M&M was the top performer and gained by 2.6%. Among other individual stock movers, you had SPI that fell by over 3.2% after weaker than expected earnings. That was on the top drag of Nifty 52. The bank missed the estimates with a 6.7% fall in the Q1 profit that it hit because of the investment losses. Of course, Nika, however, the FSN e-commerce ventures, which is the parent of cosmetics to fashion retailer Nika, rose by 4.5% today after it reported a rise in the quarterly profit. So that stock was rising. Indian markets, however, will now going forward from here will be closed on Tuesday on account of Muharram, and we do know that investors will be keenly awaiting for data from US on the consumer prices on Wednesday. That will again be another trigger for the markets globally to react on that. The solid US payrolls data last week definitely pushed back against the talks of recession. That supported the sentiments across the globe. But this consumer data will also be very, very important to watch as far as the US Fed and the interest rate movement over there is concerned. What do the experts make of the move that we have seen today? Vinod Nair, who's the head of research at Geojit Financial Services, believes that sustained FII buying and the fall in oil prices will continue to help the markets to stay on this path. Heavyweights also played a significant role in today's rise, while the PSU banks remained under pressure because of SPI. The Western markets continued to gain after the strong US job numbers too. So it was a combined factor of both the economic data and domestic investors and FIIs all gearing up for the release, of this data also from the US. IT and PSU banks, the only sectoral losers in trade today. Rest all of the sectors were seen rising. 1% jump for the auto index today. Private banks rose by 1.2%. Metals rose by 1.2% as well. Slight increase coming in for the Nifty Bank as well. But overall, if you see, and FMCG, pharma was flat absolutely in today's trading session. The if you talk about the financial services, that was also up by 1% as well. And apart from that, media stocks were also doing good by 0.8% of a move is what we actually saw. The Nifty, experts believe, has moved above the recent consolidation. The bullish momentum has continued so far. The index also has closed above the previous congestion levels as well on the daily chart, which suggests the rising strength going forward. So the trend, experts believe, is likely to remain bullish over the next short term as the markets remain above 200 DMA, which is now placed at 17,000. On the higher end, the index may now move to 17,800, just like how I was pointing out, is what the expectations of the experts are. So going forward from here, all eyes will be on how individual stocks react to earnings. That's what we've been seeing as the trend moving in today's trading session too. The likes of, say, Paytm jumping higher on the back of earnings as well. SBI falling on the back of earnings. Talk about the Indian rupee also ended lower by 19 paisa at 79.65. So again, a low against the dollar in today's trading session. You had Rosari Biotech Q1 profit grew 17% year on year. So that stock will be in focus. Shipping Corporation, just when the markets were about to close, reported a Q1 profit that's declined 28% on a year on year basis. On Titan, you have a target being retained at 2900 by Sher Khan. You have Engineers India, whose Q1 profit surged 65 crores, revenue jumped by almost 9%. You also have the likes of, say, Siemens, that is going to make further investments into Sunsol and renewables. So those kind of news factors will be important to track. Adani Ports net profit was down 18%. Again, another company from the Adani group that's not reported very good numbers, and therefore the decline. Also, if you talk about the other numbers like Amara Raja Batteries, Q1 profit rose by 6.5%. That stock will be in focus as well. On Paytm, Goldman Sachs has kept a buy rating with a target price of 1100, and therefore you actually saw the stock really moving higher by almost 6-7% in today's trading session. That stock was definitely in news. So keep all of these factors in mind. Of course, tomorrow, this whole week will be a truncated one because of the holiday, market holiday tomorrow. As in when we resume, there'll be a whole lot of global data to also consider. Keep you posted with everything that's passing on the D street, so don't go anywhere, and do stay tuned on to Business Today TV for a whole lot more that's coming up right up next for you.